What is going on, everyone? Matthew97657 here. Today we are back with yet another figure unboxing and review. And as the title and thumbnail suggests, this is going to be the SH Figurarts Kamen Rider Gavv, Kamen Rider Valen. So with that being said, nothing more to it. They got right on into it, and we're wasting no time here. We're just going to go ahead and get a good look at the box here. It's got a white color palette with some of the chocolate splash arts, which looks awesome. There you have the figure of the Valen suit, which is just very, very nice. You got all your little labels and everything. There's a lot of text, actually, now that I think about it. You got the standard figure art synopsis, and then just a bunch of just like copyright text and all that. So that's awesome. You do have the side of the box here, some chocolate, and another promotional image. And then here is the back side with some more chocolate and some awesome fun poses that they put the figure within, as well as the extra blade that it should be included in here. So there's the top side of the box. Chokodon form, very fun. Name of the Gochizo for Valen. There is the bottom side of the box, and I don't know if I got this side or if I missed this side. This one just says Valen on it. So let's go ahead and just get on into it. Really have been looking forward to it. I mean, honestly, it's been such a spread release compared to when the Gavv figure first came out. The popping gummy form. I think that was back in like January. It looks like we have some instructions here, just some basic manual stuff. Hands, and then the Valen Buster little features and stuff. So, and on the other side is the blade and all that. So I will show that because that does have some good knowledge. So I'm going to cut the other side of the box, put the knife away. Oh, too fast. I put the knife away too fast. So here is the other instruction manual portion, just kind of showing you the blade, and it looks like some other spots, something about a joint. Oh, where you can actually put the Valen Buster, you can hold it on the belt, which is actually very cool. So here it is. Here is Valen in full form, and then on the back side you can see the blade. Very sneaky placement there, but hey, it works. So let's just go ahead and do this very gently. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hand effect pieces. Here is the Valen Buster. My camera can't focus too well on it, but you can see the little Chokodon. It's very blurry. My camera, like I said, can't pick up on it, but it is there, Chokodon. Not stickered on, but the design in terms of the metal portions of the Valen Buster look pretty good. The blue looks pretty good. The lighter blue looks good. And then even some of the other colors. And then, yeah, you can see the Chokodon there. Fortunately, not painted, but the awesome effect you can replicate is just charging up with the finisher move. Or if you just want to have it like this and take the Gochizo out. So, very small little thing. Probably extremely easy to lose. So, hopefully that is not the case. But, yeah, pretty cool. Gotta love the little intricacy. I don't know. I can't say the word. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to Valen himself. Let's go ahead and take off our protective plastic. Thank you so much. You guys did amazing. Thank you so much. Very awesome. All right. Looks like we just need one more. There we go. All right, so here is the base figure, and just look at that. I really like it. I have a really bright light that's kind of just showcasing on it, but I really love the suit. This is the base Valen suit. You can see does it say Chokodon on top? Oh, it just says chocolate. I never knew that. So it just says chocolate on top there on the headpiece. Very cool details, the eye effect coming around here, as well as the chest effect here. The metallic coloration on it is just beautiful. The metallic red is just awesome there. You can see that nice little shimmer there. But it's awesome. You know, I really like these kind of outlines. I never really noticed it until the figure form, which sounds bad saying it. But I guess I never noticed how prominent those were. So that's very cool. So let us just start with articulation. That's usually what we do first. So we're gonna go ahead and go up, down, and then a swivel all around. Very nice. Arms here. Now I am getting this chocolate piece, so it might be a little bit restricted, which it looks like it is to some degree. But if you pull out the arm and do a swing around, it can totally do that. So that's awesome. In terms of a little bit of elbow joint there, and then on the back piece of the elbow joint, nothing too crazy. Standard hand joint, which you'd expect. Looks like we have a little bit of an ab crunch chocolate piece there. So I'm going, dang, you can go quite down and then come back up. And then the leg effect piece, not getting a lot here. It looks like the chocolate piece is just kind of in the way, but you can come around. You do have a knee bend, which does go pretty far in. Very cool. And then let's go ahead and just swivel it back in and come back out. And then it can come back around. No, it can't. It looks like I'm getting some resistance there. So we're gonna go ahead and revert it to how it was. There was a knee bend, which does look angled, right? That does look a little bit angled. It's not just me. It looks a little bit angled, which is kind of unique. And then last but not least, the foot joint, which is what you would imagine a foot joint to do. So, you know, all in all, pretty well-rounded. You know, the mold, you'd imagine, gets in the way more than it can, but this seems to be fine. So you can just, you know, do some cool poses real quick. You know, maybe try to get a punch. Okay, so that's where we're getting a little bit of resistance. You know, if you want to push extremely forward, so maybe, just maybe, no. I'm getting a little bit, okay, no, there we go. It went through. So you can get some cool stuff going on, just a standard traditional punch here. But yeah, you just had to kind of get the shoulder pad down because it was a little bit in the way, but you can get that going. So with that being said, let's go ahead and focus a little bit on the accessories, and then we'll come back into some cool poses and whatnot. So here we go. All right, so I got him in a little bit of a different pose here with the Valen Buster in there, and just look at that. A lot of cool posing to be done, and you know, I feel like there's a lot of flexibility within this figure for it almost seeming like it shouldn't have that. So I really do gotta commend them for getting some of the kind of like unique kind of stuff in there. But if you guys kind of want my suggestion on in terms of getting the hand in there, so what I usually do is I get the hand piece and then I put the gun effect in and then I attach it to the figure, because I don't know, I've always had a hard time with doing it the other way, which is putting the hand effect in and then the gun. It just seems really, really hard. Anyways, to kind of go over the hand effects, we do have the Valen Buster holding hand. We kind of have just like a standard hand, you know, kind of just neutral posing. Let's get that up there. And then, like we saw in the starts of the figure, this is a closed fist hand effect. This is another kind of just like lax or relaxed hand, nothing too insane. This one is the Valen Buster holding for the left hand. I have it currently on the right side. Here's more of kind of like a grasp. I think this is the one we have on right now. We have another fist as well. There we are, another fist. And last but not least, kind of like an open left hand. So good variety of stuff for, you know, your kind of unique expression to be had. And outside of that, we do have two effect hand pieces for Kamen Rider Gavv's Pop and Gummy form, which is just kind of, this is the Gavv holding hand effect. And obviously we do have the Gavv, which looks pretty cool. It's a nice fun size, and even the paint applications are pretty good. I love the kind of like metallic coloration it's got going on. And it even has the goatee speeder, which, ta-da, it can come off. So the goatee speeder has a little bit of a peg, and apparently you can put a gochizo in there, like the SHF ones. It's like, holy moly, a small piece to lose another small piece. But very cool. I love how intricate they got with it in terms of making that even possible. It's like, you know, I don't think a lot of people would have expected that, but for it to be something that can happen is just awesome. So just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna attach the hand effect in. It's really simple. It's just a very nice fit, which is nice because that one was a lot harder to get. So very cool. I gotta give them props to that once again for that. So let's go ahead and, you know, do maybe one or two more cool poses, and then we'll go ahead and do a comparison with the Kamen Rider Gavv Pop and Gummy form, and we'll conclude the video. So here we go. All right, so we got him in another very cool pose. As you can see, you can, like I showed earlier, you can pull back the jaw effect on the Valen Buster so it can kind of give off the Chokodon finisher move, which I gotta say, I really, really, really do like, because just that added extra kind of like functionality that they gave it to it just opens up a lot of creativity, and you can get a really cool pose just like this one. I think traditionally Hanto uses it with his right hand, but I hadn't showcased it on the left hand, so I decided to just showcase what it would probably look like on the left. So very, very cool. You know, I really got to say I love the poses that you can do with this type of stuff. Very expressionful. I don't know if that's a word, but expressionful is the word I'm going with in terms of that. I think I have the camera off just a little bit, so let me go ahead and fix that real quick. There we go. All right, hopefully that's how it looked beforehand, but very cool. We'll go ahead and do one more pose, and then we'll go on to the comparisons with the Poppin' Gummy Gavv figure. So here we go. All right, and last but not least, something I think we've always seen Hanto do is the classic just drop kick, which is always a fun move to see him use. It's very funny, but very traditional, you know, I gotta say. Kind of got the basic drop kick going with the double kick. So obviously, you know, I had to get the stand action here, which is not included in the figure, but I figured, hey, I had to do this just because it's just so iconic for Hanto to do. So very, very fun and unique. So let's go ahead and move on. You know what? Let's go ahead and move on towards the comparisons, and then we'll put on the Gavv effect piece, and then anything else I missed I'll cover, and then from there we'll conclude. So all right, let's go ahead and get to those comparisons here. All right, so the one and only comparison I'll do is with the Poppin' Gummy form of Kamen Rider Gavv, and you can see I have him in a pose, and I kind of put Valen in a standard just default pose, nothing too insane. But just to get off the comparison between the two, very cool, very unique, very different. Obviously, you know, got a lot of bright colors here, and this one's a little bit more, I don't want to say flat, but more metallic in terms of, you know, the design with the chocolate, the white, and the dark brown. So very cool. So before we do that, I have two things I need to show off. So which hand did I put this one in? It looks like I put this one in the left. Yeah, the left hand. So we'll go ahead and just take this out real quick, put this in. This is the Gavv effect piece for the Poppin' Gummy form, and there goes the Gochi Speeder. Come on, I'm gonna a little bit of, come on, give it to me. There we go. So you can do a bunch of cool stuff here with the Gavv in terms of posability. No, it's going out, it's going out. There we go. You can do a bunch of cool poses with it if you'd like, in terms of course. Let's go ahead and try that one more time. Like this. Okay, there we go. It looks a little, maybe not off, but there we go. Just something real quick to showcase it. You can kind of give it the showing that it deserves. Very cool. I mean, you can do a whole bunch of cool like slash effect poses there, and maybe come together. It's a little bit hard to do both at once, but you can kind of get a slash effect, which looks pretty cool. I'm sure there's a lot of different creative ideas you can make with the Gavv and the Gavv figure, which is awesome. But just wanted to showcase it off real quick in terms of its posability and whatnot. So I guess before we actually do go, let's go ahead and try this real quick. So I'm taking out the Poppin' Gummy Gochi. So from the Gavv figure, here is the Gochi Speeder. Now this in itself, I feel like is just a nightmare. Like I can see the slot. All right, I'm going for it. Yep, there it is. It's not in. Now it is. Very easy to come in and out, but there it is. As you can see, it can hold the Gochizos, which is a very cool feature, but you know, I feel like if that piece gets lost, then you know, everything is just gone. So with that, I did want to showcase this before giving off my final thoughts on the video. So if you don't want to showcase the gun effect, if you just want to have it on the holster, that is totally possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out the effect hand piece here, which is actually kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit tricky to get out just because I think they need it to be tight so the gun doesn't fly out. But on this back piece, if you are familiar with the actual Valen Buster, it does have this little like teal light blue effect piece. And so you just come onto the left hand side of the belt and you just line it up perfectly. You line it up perfectly and then ta-da, it sits, which is, I gotta say, I've already said that I love the creativity they had with this here, but I feel like they just took it to a whole nother level, which I gotta give them props for. I'm very impressed. I gotta say, I'm very impressed with it. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say really, but just doing a fun little pose for the sake of it. Kind of got like a gunslinger mode going on, and then you have Gavv here with the blade, kind of doing the forward motion. Go ahead and put that down. I can't get it that good though. Come on. I already know the sword's gonna fall. There we go. Perfect. Just like that there. So you can kind of get a cool dynamic with both of them there. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I gotta say, I'm really, really impressed and satisfied with the SHF Valen. It's a very fun addition. You can do a lot of cool stuff with it, which is just, you know, exactly what we needed, in all honesty. So with that being said, let me know what you guys thought of the SHF Kamen Rider Gavv, Kamen Rider Valen figure. Gotta say, love it. Love Hanto's character. Very, very good. So to have it in figure form is just awesome. Just missing Blizzards, or not Blizzards, sorry. Just missing Fraps. Man, what a form. I can't wait till that gets a figure, because I will be having that pre-order immediately. I love that suit, and I love just the thematics behind it. So, to conclude, very satisfied. I think if you're a fan of Valen, I think you're going to love this figure, in my honest opinion. It's got a lot going for it in terms of just accessories and the articulation, the detailing, and you know, just the design aspect of it. Very cool suit for the secondary rider. So lastly, once again, let me know what you guys thought of the SH Figurarts Kamen Rider Valen figure, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.